Hello, and welcome to First Page Fridays. I'm April Davila with Sit Right Here. And today we're going to look at somebody's first page. These first pages are submitted by you, my viewers, so thank you for sending them in. And we'll take about 20 minutes to edit, look at what's working, what could be improved upon, and we learn along the way. So if you would like to send in your first page to have it considered for a live edit on YouTube here, there's a link to that below this video in the description. You can send in your first page and I will get to it as soon as I can. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it here. I'm going to start by shrinking myself down. Go over to the corner here, and I haven't even read this yet, so you're reading it for the first time with me. We're going to read it straight through, and then we'll jump back up to the top and start talking about what works and what we could improve upon. So chapter 1, Newcomer's Arrival. And forgive me with names, I will do my best here. Charisman Immortals Commander Rihanna Moore and her curvaceous wife Lauren McCutcheon Moore, lost in memories, scanned to the dazzling starry night sky dome. Moonlight flickered through the amethyst mountain. Moore wondered about the latest picture of ships received from Thomas, her Haitian friend. They all meant something. While musing, Moore knew Lauren was thinking about their son Rick, lost on Earth. Lauren wrapped her arms around her, whispering, 25 years here. Wow. Moore spun around. Quite a long time, thinking of Rick? Every year at this time I think of him. Why and how did he disappear? Moore thought of his 3-year-old smiling face running around saying, I Rye. So maybe it's Reich. I Rye? Yeah. I Rye. She hugged her wife and felt hot tears. The why baffles me, but the how is easy. Smart kid. He got rid of everything to trace him, including tags on his clothes, shoes, phone, and car, plus he had money. As his dad, I wish we could have found him before we left. Lauren shook her head to dispel the memory. Got a new picture from Thomas, I see. I wonder what it means. Yes, from his never-ending treasure trove. Ships will land here. Is your always dressed for Mardi Gras man have a pipeline to the spirit world? He claims his Cajun aunt Louisa gives when needed. Why worry? You know Charisma will always protect us, Lauren said, inhaling the fragrance of honey rose while watching the dancing stars. It's just a feeling. Anyway, this year is special. Okay, so we know a little. I'm going to assume this is either like a speculative or sci-fi, right? Where we're talking about lost on Earth, that possibly we're on a different planet. We have some unusual names, which is usually a hint of sci-fi or fantasy. So jumping back up to the top, I will say this first sentence gave me a little bit of I had to work to get through it a little bit. First, because the name is unfamiliar, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it does it does give a reader pause, which is fine. You need to introduce your character in the beginning, so do that. Charisman Immortals Commander. So now those first 3 words gave me a little trouble. Okay, Charisman Immortals Commander. So the way I'm reading this is that Charisman is like a people, and that they're immortal, and the commander is Rihanna Moore and her curvaceous wife Lauren. Okay, so we have Rihanna and Lauren, both named Moore, so that's helpful. We can track that they're married. Lost in memories, scanned the dazzling starry night sky dome. So I would simplify this. Let me see here. So I would take out dome first of all. If it's important, you could say scanned the dome of the dazzling starry night sky, but starry night sky dome is a little awkward. I'm going to do my best to interpret here. Again, I apologize if I'm missing your meaning here, but I might cut this, because I think what's important here is we're introducing the characters. Commander Rihanna Moore and her curvaceous wife Lauren McCutcheon Moore. Lost in memories, scanned the dazzling starry night sky. I think to simplify and to ease the entry into the story, whatever this is signifying might need to be introduced later, even if it's just like a paragraph later, right? So I'm going to take that out. it always helps too to start with like, where are they? What are they doing? Like the practical part. So you don't get to, like, I don't know, are they on a rooftop? Are they on a lawn? They're presumably on a different planet. Is there opportunity here to tell us, like, so, and her curvaceous, so we should probably put, again, I'm not a copy editor, but sounds like a clause. So Commander Rihanna Moore and her, well, I don't know. You could debate the comment. And her curvaceous wife, a comment could go there. Lauren McCutcheon Moore. I would take this opportunity to tell us where they are. And sat, let's say rested. Sat is such a boring verb. Rested on the lawn. Lost in memories. And then it gets a little awkward here. You could say lost in memories and scanning the dazzling starry night sky, or make it 2 sentences. They scanned the dazzling starry night sky. And again, more opportunity to, and maybe it's not a lawn, maybe it's another planet. I don't know what you're envisioning, but there's opportunity here. So where are they sitting? Where are they resting? More opportunity here. They scan the dazzling starry night sky. Is there, like, if they're on another planet, are there 2 moons? Is there, there's opportunity here to tell us a little bit more about this place. Moonlight flickered. Now, moonlight doesn't usually flicker, but I guess it's flickering through the amethyst mountain. Like, I love that visual of amethyst mountain, but the flickering is a little hard. Like, is it reflecting or bouncing off? Because moonlight it does, at least not from Earth. Again, I'm going to leave it because you're on a different planet. There's probably different rules, but moonlight here on Earth doesn't flicker. I'm going to leave it and assume that you're giving us the detail of this other planet through the amethyst mountain. Okay, so there's one mountain. So, and I'm presuming they're outside. There's opportunity here. Give us a little bit more world building. Moore. Now, the problem is that you have 2 characters named Moore. So I got a little lost here. So we have Rihanna Moore and we have Lauren McCutcheon Moore. McCutcheon? I think I'm saying that right. Tell us which one this is. Otherwise, you're confusing your readers in the first paragraph, which is tricky. Moore wondered about the latest picture of ships received from Thomas, her Haitian friend. Okay, this is a little confusing to me. I'm willing to roll with it for a little bit, but I would hope you'll explain quickly, like, the latest picture of ships. Are we talking about spaceships? Are we talking, because again, then you're jumping, now we're on, the Haitian friend is very much an Earth reference. Haiti is an island. So then I'm picturing like sail ships. Is it a painting of sailing ships? Is it a picture of spaceships? If you can give us a little more detail here, you will help anchor your reader in the story. You might even consider that this could wait a little bit. They all meant something. Okay, so presumably it's the latest picture, so they all meant something. This is a little vague. While musing, Moore knew Lauren. Okay, so Rihanna Moore, presumably, knew Lauren was thinking about their son, Reich. I'm going to go with Reich because here it says Iri, lost on Earth. So I might even save this for later. And just let it be about the sun, this first B. And I mean, not for long, you don't have to wait long, but you're bringing in a lot of ideas here. And the one thing we really want to do on a first page is not confuse our reader. So the more we can kind of ease them in gently, because you're introducing another world here, a literal another world. That's a lot to do. And then you're introducing the sun, and then we get into the discussion of the sun. So this line here, while important, I think maybe pushing it down. Let's come back to it. I'm just going to like highlight it and we'll come back to that in a minute. While musing, I would just say, while musing, like, why does Rihanna know that Lauren is thinking about their son? Instead of just like, how does Rihanna know that Lauren is thinking about their son? Could you have Lauren shift in a way that more recognized, or she clears her throat, or she has some kind of tick? Like, show us what that is. How does Rihanna know that Lauren is thinking about their son? I believe that Rihanna would know. Couples who've been together a long time can read each other really well like that. But this is an opportunity for you to cue in the reader as to what are the little ticks of these characters. Introduce us to them. Lauren wrapped her arms around her. Okay, so Lauren's thinking about their son, and then Lauren wrapped her arms around her. It's always hard when you have a same-sex couple because the pronouns get a little confusing. That's just going to happen. Lauren wrapped her arms around her. There might be a better way to introduce that, of like maybe Rihanna scooted closer and Lauren wrapped an arm around her. Lauren wrapped an arm around her, right? So you can play with that a little bit. I'm just going to put this in here. So Rihanna, and I think you have to avoid calling them more because they're both more, scooted closer. Again, opportunity here to tell us, what are they sitting on? Is it cold? Is it hot? Like, are they hot and sweaty? Are they snuggling for warmth? Like, give us a little bit, like, not a lot, just a few words of like, where are they? And Lauren wrapped an arm around her, whispering, 25 years here. Wow. I like that. That's totally something I would believe one person from a couple says to another, like, wow, 25 years we've been here. I like that line more. Again, tricky. Okay, so this is Lauren whispering. So this would be Rihanna. And how is Rihanna spinning? Like they're sitting next to each other. I guess I made an assumption here of they scooted. I put this in, they scooted closer, but they are sitting next to each other, I think. Again, like let's get a little more like just practical geography of like what's happening in this scene. Because if they're sitting next to each other, Rihanna can't really spin around. So this is going to need to change. I think you should take advantage of the opportunity to tell us more about where they're sitting, but you could also just, quite a long time, Rihanna said, thinking of Rick. Every year at this time, I think of him, why and how he disappeared. And that's not a question. More thought of his 3-year-old face. Okay, so this his grammatically refers to more. And again, it's tricky because you've used, I'm a little lost here. Okay, Rihanna. Rihanna thought, I'm assuming it's Rihanna. You're going to have to correct me here. Rihanna thought of her boys. I would say her boys. Her boys' 3-year-old smiling face running around saying, "Aye, Rick." Or Rye, Rye. But maybe be careful of your pronouns. So Rihanna thought of her boy, because I thought you were introducing a male character, and I was lost with the mores. Okay, so Rihanna thought of her boy's 3-year-old face smiling, running around and saying, "Aye, Rye." She hugged her wife and felt hot tears. The why baffles me, but the how is easy. Smart kid. He got rid of it. Okay, so here I'm picturing him as 3 years old. And then we get that, like, the how is easy. And I'm like, wow, it's easy for a 3-year-old to run away. He's a smart kid. 3-year-olds are smart. They can be smart. He got rid of everything to trace. And now I'm picturing, like, a 3-year-old getting rid of tags on his clothing and shoes and phone. And he had a car. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm realizing that, like, he was not 3 when he disappeared. I think you need a little more context here. Or don't jump us back to him as a 3-year-old. One of the two. So either, I love the memory of him, like 3-year-olds are just so cute, right? The hot tears, and then say you need some kind of transition here of like he had changed so much as he turned into a teenager, becoming angry, or give us some content, like allow the reader to bring them up to the point where he is as old as he is when he disappears. Because I was picturing a 3-year-old like making a break for it, which as smart as 3-year-olds can be, they're not going to get very far. So that needs a little tweaking. As his dad, I wish we could have found him before we left. Okay. So again, I don't want to make assumptions about like, I don't know, I used to nanny for a 2-mom family and one was mama and one was mommy. Maybe Rihanna is dad, and Lauren is like, I don't want to make assumptions, but like, I'm wondering, generally dad is like a male term, and I don't quite know where the dad came from. Like who, I'm confused here. So this needs a little tweaking, and a little more introduction. You might need to slow it down a little bit and give us a little more context. Lauren shook her head to dispel the memory. Okay, so maybe this is Lauren having the memory. Lauren shook her head to dispel the memory. Got a new picture from Thomas. Okay, so again, this is the question here of which more got the picture from Thomas. I was kind of assuming it was Rihanna because they're the character you open with, And then you mentioned the wife, but I assumed that we were staying with Rihanna. Apparently we were not, because then Lauren says, got a new picture from Thomas. Oh, she's referring to Rihanna. Okay, so I was reading this as them. Okay, so I would say I saw that you got a new picture from Thomas. I wonder what it means. So let Lauren own the statement. Otherwise, it kind of sounds like Rihanna reflecting on getting that. And here is where I would introduce this. So down here. So, and what I would also encourage you is to be like, I wish you found. Lauren shook her head to dispel the memory and changed the topic. Like, bring us on that journey, right? Change the topic. I saw that you got a new picture from Thomas. I wonder what it means. And then say, Rihanna had received the shipment the night before. It worried her because every image meant something. Now, meaning something is really vague. I wonder, there is opportunity here to introduce some stakes. What, like just a hint, right? You don't have to tell us everything about what it means, but does it mean something good, something bad, something scary? I mean, even just one adjective in there could go a long way towards bringing your reader, intriguing your reader. And so you can see here now, so we start with the two women, they're sitting there, I don't like the word musing so much, but like they're sitting, stargazing, watching the moonlight flicker, shine through the amethyst mountain. They have this moment of like remembering Reich, their child. We need a little more detail here, but then you have a very natural segue where like Lauren doesn't want to talk about it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Lauren's like, it's sad, right? It's clearly in their past and there's not much they can do about it. And so she changes the topic and then bring in the idea of the shipments. It worried her because every image meant something bad was going to happen. That's not good, but give us a something, right? Yes, from his never-ending treasure trove, ships will land here. Now this, I think you probably don't even need this dialogue. I mean, they know each other really well, clearly. I think if it's important that we know he has a never-ending treasure trove, maybe just put it in Rihanna's reflection. And then this is Lauren talking again. And this is one of those lines that lost me a little bit. So is your always dressed for Mardi Gras man? And again, Earth reference. This to me, this is speaking to the fact that there's still a strong tie. This and the reference to Haiti, which we lost. So you could put Haiti back in here, from her Haitian friend. Is your always dressed for Mardi Gras man have a pipeline to this? I'm a little confused. Does your always dressed for Mardi Gras man have a pipeline to the spirit world? Okay, so I'm not sure what that means. There's opportunity here to like every image meant a message from the spirit world, right? Or like give us some context so that this line makes more sense. Again, you don't have to explain everything, but just enough so that this doesn't feel this is a lot. This one line, you're always dressed for Mardi Gras man, have a pipeline to the spirit world. I wonder if this is important that he's always dressed for Mardi Gras, maybe save that detail for later. Like hopefully we meet this Haitian friend and we can see him always dressed for Mardi Gras. Maybe just, does that man have a pipeline to the spirit world? Like you can get in a little voice here. This is a lot to take in. So give us a little more context if you can. He claims his Cajun aunt Louisa gives when needed. Okay, so again, I'm not sure what we're talking about. What is giving? I don't know. Like, so if these two women know each other and one of them knows this Haitian friend well, they know Louisa. They know she's Cajun. You probably don't need this. He claims Louisa gives gives when needed. There's okay, and that I think that works as dialogue because it's not like perfectly grammatically correct dialogue, isn't, but there's missed opportunity here to drop in a word or two about what is Louisa giving. He claims Louisa gives when needed. Does she give the pictures? Does she give where to find the pictures? Does she give inspiration for him to paint the pictures? Like, I would love a little more grounding in this. Why worry? Is she worried? I mean, she's wondering what it means. I invented this means something bad is going to happen. I don't know that that's not, I don't think that's on the page yet. You know, Karazima will always protect us, Lauren. And this seems like a good place to introduce Karazima. Lauren said, inhaling the fragrance of honey rose while watching the dancing stars. Are the stars literally dancing? Because again, it kind of ties into the idea of the flickering moonlight. You're on a different planet, so maybe. I don't want to change that, but consider like stars don't actually dance. They might appear to waver a little bit in like heat waves coming off the planet, but are they actually dancing around? That's another question. It's just a feeling. Anyway, this year is special. Okay, so I like this idea of this year is special. You've already introduced quite a bit for us to be intrigued by this story. We're on another planet. We have a missing child. We have this mysterious shipment. This might be a lot. Well, I guess I'd be curious to see. I would turn the page on this one because I'd want to know, why is this year special? And I guess this is Rihanna talking. So why does she think this is special? In general, I think this is a wonderful start in terms of like creativity and world building. I just would slow down a little bit, reorganize, and clarify wherever, dropping little hints in. There's also the fact that like I have no idea how old these women are. I mean, I guess they've been on the planet for 25 years, so I know they're more than 25, hopefully more than like 30, but also they left the sun behind on Earth. So how old were they when they left Earth? You don't have to get all these into the first page, but if you can drop us a hint of like, maybe one of them smiles at the other and has some like wrinkles or the crinkles of crow's feet at the edge of her eyes, which would point to some age, or a gray streak in her hair. We've got curvaceous, but that is the only description we have of either woman. I would love a little more detail. You don't have to describe the others yet. We'll get to them. We don't, aside from like adorable 3-year-old, yes. But just consider how you might drop in a little more grounding for this first page. And then work with the very intriguing concept that you have here. Well done. And again, if you are watching this and you'd like to send in your page, there's a link below in the description. Feel free to send it in and I will give you an edit of your first page. Happy writing, everyone.